With about 30 seconds to play in this basketball game, this Raptor team is getting very predictable. They play a pretty solid 3 quarters on the road in Sacramento tonight. But then, as per usual, the fourth quarter woes continue where the offense gets stuck and stagnant and the other team's defensive intensity picks up, which leads to the Raptors scrambling offensively, which causes turnovers galore and gets their crowd into it. And it was pretty rough to watch there in the fourth quarters. Raptors fall 122-107 to the Sacramento Kings this evening. And there were some positives, obviously less positives than the last few games we've seen, but RJ Barrett was good. Again, down the stretch, there's a lot of chucking. Yeah, that's kind of what it was all game, or, more or less in the fourth quarter. In 9 for 19, he finished with 23 points. He was fine. Davion Mitchell was great against his former team. Grady Dick royally struggled offensively. He only scored 107 in the modern NBA. 107 ain't great, but you allowed 122. And we all know that their defense for the Toronto Raptors is not very good. Right, we all know their defensive woes are a problem. They're 29th going into play today in defensive rating, allowing 120.6 per game. That's pretty damn bad. And you look at the offensive rating, the 13th going into play today. So, there are some positive signs. However, and if you're on Team Tank, which I'm getting to the point where, I want to see positive signs, but I'm not mad at a loss. Like tonight, for example, I saw some positive signs. I really like the looks of Davion Mitchell against his former squad. Ochai Agbaji continues to impress me. He had 12 points, knocked down a few threes. He was 2 of 7, though, and both of his threes were like back-to-back threes. I think it was in the third quarter, I believe he hit those, but then nothing more going on. Jakob struggled today, 10 points, 8 boards, 4 assists. But like I mentioned, Grady Dick really struggled. Chris Boucher gave you great energy off the bench as per usual. But the Raptors fouling a lot continues to be an issue, right? Raptors had committed 23 fouls to the Sacramento Kings 13. I mean, that's a massive, hold on. That's a massive difference. And if you look at the free throw disparity, they took 32 free throws to the Raptors 15. And so that's tough to watch. They lost the rebounding battle by a lot. They were minus 14 on the glass, minus 8 on the offensive glass. This is one of those games where it was just overall not a pretty performance. And these games you expect to happen. Hell, we expected these games, most of these games to start the year. But they've been really fun to watch. And again, through 3 quarters, they were right there. You go through the math here, which again, ain't my strong suit. They're up by 3 after 1 quarter. They're only down by 3 at the half. They win the third quarter by 7, 39-32. And if my math is correct, they are up by 4? Yeah, I think they're up by 4 heading into the fourth quarter. It was a great first 3 quarters. But then in the fourth, you lose by 19, 33-14 in its curtains. And it's been the story all season long so far. So with the loss, the Raptors now fall to 2-7 on the year. And it's another negative point from today's game. Jacoby Walter left the game with a right shoulder joint contusion and did not return. That was in the latter half of the third quarter. Did not return from the game. Okay, so undergoing further testing. That's the same shoulder that he had the joint strain and missed over a month. I believe that's what happened was it training camp or preseason or... Anyways, before the year started, he had that issue. So it's the same shoulder. So that's unfortunate stuff for Jacoby. Hopefully it's not serious and he's able to come out and play, whether it's with the Raptors or the Raptors 905. So that's news there for you guys. Let's rip through a few teams, player stats, but that's it. We already touched on some of them. RJ Barrett, 23, 3-3. 9 of 19 from the field, 1 of 5 from 3. Again, this is why I didn't understand why in the last game he took 11 threes. But 4 of 5 from the free throw line. Had a couple steals in the ball game. Fine. Ochai Agbaji, like I mentioned, 12, 2-2 on 4 of 9 shooting, 2 of 3 from the line, 2 of 7 from distance. And Davion Mitchell. I believe that's probably his season high with the Raptors, I'm assuming. Yeah, his previous season high was against Denver where he had 16. He dropped 20 today 3 rebounds, 6 assists, 8 of 11 from the field, 2 of 2 from the line, 2 of 3 from distance, had a steal in the ball game. He was great. Davion Mitchell was awesome today against the former squad. And Grady Dick, as I mentioned, probably his worst game of the year, but I'm very curious now how he bounces back. Great players don't let things linger like that. He had a great stretch of scoring 20 plus and just doing tons of great things. Well, today, he struggled. So how are you going to come out in the next game? Are you going to come out and be like this again and let this struggle linger on? Or are you going to throw this one into the curb, throw it in the garbage, move on, and be good in the next game? That's something I'm looking forward to seeing. 7 points, 4 boards, 2 assists on 3 of 10 shooting. Was 0 of 5 from three-point range. Was a minus 22 in the floor. It's a rough night all around for Grady. Chris Boucher off the bench. Man, 17 points, 4 boards, 1 assist. 7 of 11 from the field. 3 of 6 from distance. He was awesome. He was great off the bench, knocking down threes. And the rest of the bench, Mobo gave you 5. Battle gave you a couple threes. Did shoot 2 of 7. Jamal Shed, again, I love what he brings. 5 points, 1 rebound, a couple assists on 2 of 5 shooting. I really want to see him get some time in the G League and really see what he can do. But I'm loving watching him on the NBA stage right now for Jamal Shed. Even though it's limited minutes, only played 15 minutes today. On the Sacramento side, DeMar DeRozan, 27 points, 11 and 21 shooting, was awesome. Domantas Sabonis triple-double, Keegan Murray dropped 22. A lot of Keegan Murrays. And I'm like, okay. It's tough to listen to, but it is what it is. So, as I mentioned, the Raptors do fall to 2-7 on the season, and they continue this tough stretch, right? Still no James Harden. My God, I saw Clippers, and my initial thought was Kawhi. Then it went to, I was trying to go to Scotty Barnes, but somehow I ended up James Harden. Look, what time is it? 12:30. I'm very limited sleep, so I'm fighting myself right now. So I'm going to bed very shortly. Now, the next game for the Toronto Raptors is not until Saturday night. And as I mentioned in my Leaf video, if you guys did not see that, well, first off, go check it out. And I mentioned that I will not be in the city. Hell, I won't be in the country this upcoming weekend. I will be in Pennsylvania, in State College, Pennsylvania, going to see the Penn State Nittany Lions play on the Saturday, and obviously see my aunt who's down there for the whole weekend. So that'll be a lot of fun. And the Raptors' next game is in LA against the Clippers, against Kawhi Leonard, who'll probably be on the bench because he never plays. 10:30 tip-off there as the Raptors look to, I don't know, put up a good performance, maybe find a way to win a ball game. We'll see. They're not great, but also we're not good. So we'll see what happens. Is it a back-to-back against the Lakers? Yes, it's a back-to-back against the Lakers, 9:30 tip-off on the Sunday. Thank God I'm off Monday. I get to sleep in. These late games are brutal. All right, so you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. If you enjoyed the video and the first 3 quarters of today's basketball game, hit that like button. I do appreciate it. Hit the subscribe button. You guys not done so already. Comment down below your thoughts on the video, thoughts on the game. What you like, what you not like from today's game. For the Toronto Raptors, Twitter, Discord, Instagram, and TikTok. All that stuff is down below, so follow up there if you haven't done so already. I will talk to you guys Leafs edition Friday night. Again, that'll be in Pennsylvania as well. Don't know how long it'll take me to get down there. Border, traffic, leaving the damn city, Toronto. We'll see what happens. But that video will be uploaded that night. Guarantee you that one. It's Leafs and Red Wings at Scotiabank Arena at 9 o'clock. At 7 o'clock. And as for the Toronto Raptors, they're back in action Saturday as they're in LA. Taking on the Clippers. 10:30 tip-off there. Thank you so much for listening and watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. And again, the first 3 quarters of today's game. Talk to you guys then.